Yo, what is up, everybody? Just wanted to go through a couple more gameplays here with the Earthbound Tearlaments deck that I've been running. So yeah, here is a first one where I actually open a two-card combo. Guy Max sees me, but luckily I do have the cross-out designator. So, gonna be able to go into this two-card combo here that's safe from Nib as well. So you go Fenrir, search for Tearlaments Kashtira. Then I'm gonna, normal summon the Earthbound Groundkeeper, get the Line Walker. Then Line Walker is gonna go into Baron de Fleur with the Fenrir. We're gonna go straight into Tearlaments Kashtira Mill. Take these two up into Gremlina, or no, I'm sorry, Geo Griffin. My bad. Then use this to Reborn. Then use the Synchro Fusion we searched earlier to go into Wolfrit and Kraken. Kraken searches the Perlerino. Perlerino then lets me search for usually Sharon if I have another monster, but since I didn't have a monster to pitch, we go for Havnus. Set the SuperPoly and then we let them play. But yeah, so it looks like they pitched Ricardetto, so it's some sort of Infernoble using a little bit of the Black Witch lines. So I'm going to chain Havnus, go into Super Poly, get rid of his guys so he can't search for any type of Snake Eyes lines or extra warrior bodies. Nothing good on the mill. Gonna let me search for a Suliek though, because the Scream went. Alright, so he uses the Ricardetto effect to summon. I'm gonna make my wind monsters untargetable with the Moon Dragon. And then Wolfrit's maxed out, so even if he gets two bodies up, I'm gonna just shuffle everything back so he's not gonna get into his Soul Day. But yeah, there we go, controlling with the Baron. Perfect. Passes it back. And then right here, top deck the Sharon, can't use its effect. Just gonna go into battle phase. So pretty much the idea is we're gonna use our Havnus if we could afterwards for follow-up, but so instead we're just gonna normal the Sharon, pop the Sharon instead. Use these two to fusion into Kit Kalos. Right here, we're gonna search, add a Rhino Heart for follow-up next turn, if there is one, but we know there's not gonna be. So we set it up for a Havnus pitch with Suliek to fusion summon on their turn, and then we negate. So pretty solid control game out of this one. There we go, get the Rukalos up, and then pop. He's got another Black Witch, and then we're gonna use the Wolfrit just because even if he has multiple copies of Sinful Spoils, uh, which it looks like he doesn't, he wouldn't be able to use it. So right there, it just is pretty much game. So go to battle phase and then attack. But yeah, that was the two-card combo going into a pretty solid control board. Mills weren't the best, but we could still get into some of the Kashtira lines. Tearlament lines, I'm sorry. Using the Kashtira cards and then kind of going with the Earthbound to get into that Kraken. So here we go, game number 2. We've got a Rhino Heart and then another cross-out designator, Super Poly. So we're just pitching Havnus, gonna go straight into a Kit Kalos line. Right here, since we do not have another monster, we get the Tearlaments Kashtira just to get extra mills. And then there we go. Ooh, hit the Havnus again, so Sadly, nothing that we can do off of that, but we're just gonna set to, and then looks like we're gonna be playing against one of my all-time favorites. If they went first, it's terrible. Water jellyfish deck of doom, control, stun, and so forcing out my Sulliek with the pop. Sadly, won't be able to get extra mills that way, but lets us search, so we're gonna stack for next turn. So right here I could wait, but he sets the cards, so I think he doesn't have any play. And I just super poly for Garua. But after the mills hit double Ash, beautiful. He has a normal summon, so I was kind of sad about that because I could have used the normal summon and the ogre. Um, but use Earthbound. This lets us just kind of go back into our combo. We get Synchro Fusion. We use that on the two big bodies to go into a Dragostapelia and a Wolfrit. That's going to force a Torrential that we knew he added. We seen that. So that's why I was trying to combo where I still had my normal summon. So we pitch, we go for the Kit Kalos and Root Kalos straight into, the Root Kalos line, just so that I can stop his trap cards from summoning more water bodies. And then we set up another Super Poly, which we know is just going to go crazy against this deck. So he's just going to scoop at that point, which makes sense because I kind of outed his whole strategy. But yeah, so here's game 3. That last game and then this game, same type of situation where really showcasing that if your mills and your other part of your engine is kind of halfway working from just the luck not being there, Super Poly is just crazy with this deck. So it's tough for me to make any ideas where I would chain it any other way. But yeah, so usual opening starter. Guy has Maxi. I have to Ash Blossom it. We go into our line here. We use Sharon, pitch, Tearlaments Kashtira. We get a double mill off of it. Gives us a Sulliek mill, so we get a Havness in hand. We're going into a Dawn Dragster with Gremlina line here. And then you use these two to go into Ancient Fairy Dragon. If I did have some sort of field spell, I could use that to pop. But and search for any other one, but no field spell, sadly. He's gonna Kaiju my Dawn Dragster, which is my only form of negate. But then it looks like it's a Marincest deck, so Super Poly just goes crazy right here, so we're just gonna hold back. Let's use Havness and then try to get a mill going, but looks like he has another Maxi, so this time we're just going to have to play into it a little bit. No good mill, but we did hit the Vision Resonator, so that's going to give us a Crimson Gaia that we'll be able to kind of loop that card with. So that's a wonderful mill anytime you see it. There we go. Use the Super Poly on his two bodies, and then that's just too much for him. Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to be moving into the deck profile. Alright, so here is the deck profile for, what I was kind of running, and a little bit of a different change to it was from what you're seeing. I did have the cross out in some of the replays, but I swapped it out for a crime. But yeah, so let's get into it. What you're kind of looking for is a 2-card combo, any access to Fenrir, and then any access to Groundkeeper in your Earthbound line. So Stone Sweeper here will let you search for it, or if you just have it in hand, you can normal summon it, and then it's gonna kind of let you just go into a 2-card combo where you're safe from Nib, and you're going into the Line Walker to search for a Harmonic Fusion, and that's going to be kind of your main line there, that's going to help you combo up into the two engines. uh, the crux to it is getting to Kraken, and to get to Kraken, you're usually trying to synchro climb with the bodies. So with Fenrir, if you search for Tearlament Kashtira, after you kind of pitch them into a Baron, uh, you then can get the Tearlament Kashtira out, and then you use that and your Ground Sweeper to go up into the Geo Griffin, reborn it, use Harmonic Fusion, and then that brings you into the Kraken, and at the same time you also get your Wolfrit. So the Wolfrit and the Kraken are big combo pieces. Wolfrit's gonna keep gaining attack. You're gonna use the Kraken to search for Perlerino. Perlerino is then gonna get you into your Kashtira line. If you can use Sharon's effect to mill and then, pop it, Don Dragster is a big negate that you can get out very easy. Ancient Fairy Dragon is going to be another utility card for searching for field spells. Crime and Sulliak are going to be perfect for whatever Kashira bodies, I mean, Tearlament bodies, I'm sorry, that you have. And then you have Crimson Gaia and Vision Resonator, another loop that's going to help you get into Baron de Fleur. So yeah, those are all really good cruxes to the deck. But so that'll be it for today. And I just appreciate everybody for watching. And let me know if you would like to see a more in-depth breakdown of the card choices.